So, Peter, given your background, how do you think Rishi's doing? Has he won you over in his first 100 days in office?
Well, first thing, your viewers are very sensible, because saying Esther for PM, well, maybe good. But how about Esther for party chairman right now? Wouldn't that be a good move? Look,
flattery will get you nowhere, Peter.
The current Prime Minister has been in office for 100 days. It's too early to say whether it's going to be successful. But he's doing the right things. He's calmed the economy down. He's tried to tackle the waiting lists in the NHS with two big announcements from the Secretary of State for Health. And of course, we're getting rid of all EU retained law by the end of the year, which are all good things. The one thing, though, I think he has to demonstrate is to stop the small boat crossings. Thousands and thousands of people coming here illegally, basically from France, is unacceptable. And the Prime Minister says it's unacceptable. So we're waiting sort of any day now for a bill that will end that. And we've really, I think where we are with the hunt. Look, I went to Warwick University yesterday to speak to young Conservatives, and we had about 50 there, and they're the future of the Conservative Party. They were bright and they cheered Margaret Thatcher, and I thought things are well. And I asked them about this 100 days, and they said basically they think it's wait and see. He's done fine so far, but we've now got to deliver, and I think that's a fair.
What would they like to see him do? What would they like to see him do?
Well, we discussed all the different issues, and which was interesting, the main issue was actually small boats. And you sometimes think that younger Conservatives have different priorities, but that was the number one issue. They wanted to see taxes coming down, and they wanted to see improvement in the NHS. And we also discussed the problems with housing, because in some parts of the country, young people can't afford houses, but in other parts of the country, it's available. So, and I said to them, well, if you buy a house now, for £400,000 somewhere, do you really want to see that go down in price in the next few years so that more people can buy a house? Well, of course they don't. So the issue that really we concluded on that was, if we cut down on the immigration, we used to have from the EU 250,000 people a year coming in, we would have more houses available for our constituents. So I thought that made a lot of sense. Sorry.
People talk about the small boats and it's really important and everything. They sort of seem to pin the blame on Rishi that he hasn't sorted it out. But of course, this is a problem he inherited from his two predecessors. It wasn't something that he created. So, I mean, is it unfair for people to sort of pin the blame on the small boats on Rishi Sunak when this was happening under Boris Johnson?
I don't think it's fair to, and I don't think actually that's what those young Conservatives were doing last night. What they're saying is he now has the opportunity to fix it. Now, when Boris was running the country, of course, he got Brexit done, and then we had a period of COVID. We got the first vaccination in Western Europe under Boris, and he had to deal with a war in Europe. And then perhaps he was on the verge of perhaps dealing with the boat crisis when he lost his job, and then we had Liz Truss for a little while, and it's passed on to Rishi. I don't think they blame Rishi for the small boats, but they do think he's got to sort it out.